Presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
It is indeed one of the great nights of the NBA season. Welcome to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the East All-Stars going up against the West All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, it's still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. All-Star voting format changed in 2013. 2 backcourt, 3 frontcourt starters as opposed to the old 2 guards and 2 forwards and a center. Do you like that change, Shaq?
It's my fault, Ernie. You know, there's not many dominant big men in the league these days. It's a sign of the times, but it's my fault.
Would you like to see the center position back on the All-Star ballot?
Would you like to ask me why it's my fault?
No, I know why it's your fault, because everything's your fault.
No, it's my fault because I killed them all. But yes, I would love to see the center back. Love to see guys play inside, bump and grind, and dominate. But, as I said earlier, there's not many dominant big men in the league these days.
Thank you all for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. For Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Let's go out to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome to tonight's broadcast of the NBA All-Star Game. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan.
Well, we know basketball is a game that's all about team success and team achievement, even here in the NBA. But this game, the All-Star Game, gives a nod to the great individual talent this league has to offer. This talent will be showcased in entertaining fashion.
Yeah, a lot of fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it gives these players that spotlight and recognition that they so rightfully deserve, thanks to their terrific play during the regular season, and of course their important contributions to their team.
Now we'll look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. You've got the Wizard. Howard is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's the Miracle Man, and it's Skinny in at the point guard.
The All-Star festivity is always a big draw for VIPs, stars, and celebrities. And I see quite a few in the house tonight.
Yeah, really a festive atmosphere around this event and this weekend. There's just so much going on, both on and off the court. It never gets old to see the incredible talent on display here at All-Star Weekend. Yeah. This year is no different.
Well, pretty much all of the events are a lot of fun to watch, and it's a combination of tremendous skill and entertainment. You can't beat it. You know, I think one thing that makes the All-Star Game so special is just the history involved. This event has been held since 1951. A lot of those legends of the NBA past are here in attendance.
5 on the clock. DeRozan and good coming off the assist by Wall. DeRozan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lots of room. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And when the players step out on the court, you know, Steve, they know that they're writing their names in the pages of history.
Yeah, they're really making their mark on this Sunday night, but at the same time, you just got to focus on playing the game. And sometimes you get caught up in the atmosphere and the moment, but for these players, it's all about just focusing on the game and trying to enjoy themselves.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
And there's the pass to Miracle Man. Drills with the pointer. Miracle Man's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, we've seen that before. These two teammates hooking up. They've got a lot of chemistry together, no question.
They certainly do, and it's fun to watch. I mean, they really know what each other is thinking.
The shot's good from LeBron.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
And the 3 off target.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
On the left block, the shot is good. James has got 5 points so far.
Well, you can't expect lockdown D in the All-Star game, especially in the first half. LeBron James has been an All-Star since his second season in the league. And this is his 11th straight All-Star appearance. And he always gets after it. Goes hard, even in the All-Star game.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yeah, I caught up with Coach David
Skinny. Now here's Love. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Nailed from three-point land. DeRozan's got 6.
He's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know gets going early. The problems all day.
And the basket by Lillard.
Boy, the bucket's coming fast and furious.
All offense out there, but that's what this game is all about.
James dishes to DeRozan. Pass to Love. And it's Wall in the corner. Misses off the left iron.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
The blocking foul is called as the shot goes down.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
A big group substitution here for the East. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for LeBron. Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for John Wall. The Wizard is checked in for the West. Curry comes in for James Harden. Here's the Wizard, and he dumps it down.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
And no one able to grab it as it goes out of bounds. 1:36 left in the first quarter of the game. And Curry, here we go. Here's the Wizard. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Duncan against Rose, and Tim Duncan gets the whistle. That's his first foul. Here's George. The feed to Carmelo. They need this. Connects the jumper cross. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Curry passes to Miracle Man. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's 12 points for Miracle Man.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
It just seems like they've been a step slow here.
Love with the screen for Wade. Outside Rose. From the arc. And he gets it to go.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Curry passes to the Wizard. Here's Miracle Man. Wade brings the double team. Shot from the wing. Curry. Good.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yep, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
Dish out to Rose. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Love from the arc. Great D that time from Duncan. Miracle Man, the pass to Curry. Uses the glass to drop it in. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's working, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on him.
Oh, he put it down!
It accounts.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
the buzzer!
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
A great event unfolding. 1 quarter of basketball already played, and welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And Kevin, both teams percolating now.
Those early game jitters out of the way, Clark. Both teams settling into a groove.
Steph Curry last season went from all-star snub to an all-star starter. That shows how quickly this star has risen among NBA players. He's one of the most dynamic scorers the league has seen. He's just as good off the court in his community endeavors as well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the East All-Stars, they've got Drummond, Parker out there with LeBron James, and it's Kyrie Irving, and it's DeRozan, and it's the two-guard.
Curry, a fan favorite. I think in some ways his accessibility is part of his appeal. Not a giant, crazy athlete, but it's his skill level that truly sets him apart. Great teammate,
for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
Well, I tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jump shot, too, so they're really doing a nice job offensively.
Nice option determination that time. Fun to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce. Right there, an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a pass to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
Rebound by Parker. And last year in his first All-Star appearance, characteristic shooting Curry 2 of 11 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, despite that, he did end up with a double-double and showed some razzle-dazzle with his ball handling. Boy, he keeps that thing on the string, Kevin. But you expect him to torch those nets, and he didn't quite do that in that.
Here's West now. They've held a 12-point lead early.
Well, one thing we're noticing here tonight, both teams pretty much taking care of the ball, which is impressive in a game like this.
Yeah, it really is, Steve. I mean, typically in a game like this, the players and teams can be a little loose, but that hasn't been the case so far.
Well, you always want to decide, but I think it's pretty common that you don't see too many fouls in these games year to year.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, I think we usually see a few here and there because guys are also reacting based on instinct, playing the game similar to how they know how to play basketball. But aside from that, you usually aren't going to see too many whistles.
This is it, the Miracle Man. Dishes it to Howard. Now the pass to the Wizard. 6 to shoot. Shot's good. And now it's a 10-point West All-Star lead.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there. That's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
John Wall's checked in for Irving. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Howard. Kevin comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Miracle Man. And it's Paul in for the Wizard. And Wall kicks to Drummond. The drive by James. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger fits. That's one of the better jams you'll ever see right there.
Yeah, you know, some guys come out, the high flyers, some of the bigs, and they just say, hey, I'm going to throw it down with authority tonight. I love that attitude. Nothing wrong with it in my book.
To the paint, to Rosen, and good. Coming off the assist by Wall. 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate, but you throw it to where he needs to be. All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys. The points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
And Harden comes to help. Good on that shot. And with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from DeRozan.
John Wall back for his second All-Star appearance. Last year he helped lead the East to victory and also won the dunk contest, so quite a weekend.
Rebound by Parker.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
A big group substitution here for the East. Love checked in for Drummond. Anthony comes in for Parker. George is checked in for James. Dwayne Wade is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Wall. On the high post, he drills it. And to wait until his 4th season to make an All-Star game for the former #1 pick of relief to finally be selected.
Yeah, but that was more a function of him battling injuries and not shooting the ball that well that led to him. And it's not a bad thing sometimes to have to work to earn those All-Star votes. You appreciate them more when it doesn't come easy.
So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Duncan, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Durant comes in for James Harden. Lillard's checked in for Skinny. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Paul. Durant, wide open, he fires. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Durant's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here comes Dwayne Wade. The looking for his first basket still in this one. From 13, that's good on the jump shot.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
And so here are the West All-Stars. Westbrook, Wall with some nice defense.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
No one near him. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Love's got his first points of the night.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range. So I agree. You know, he's obviously a very popular player, but look at the numbers for his team that he's put up this year, just outstanding.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Steve. He's been making it happen, clearly focused, and I know he's looking to continue that effort for the second half of the season as well.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. West All-Stars shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw good from Lillard. The free throw is good from Lillard.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Wall dishes to Love. From the top of the key, he buries it. Balanced scoring, Clark and Steve, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting in touch, everybody enjoying the opportunity to score. It's a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watch it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar. Right, Steve?
Pass the cream, too. I mean, while you're at it. I mean, this has been something to watch. I mean, just everybody getting involved.
Now Lillard. Durant with a wide open look. Traps in the tray. Durant's got 9.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
And that concludes the first half. It's the West All-Stars.
Second half is where you see that intensity turned up a bit.
Well, yeah, the first half maybe a little more loose, and then the second half is where it can get more competitive once the game is on the line.
And on the board for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Miracle Man is out for Nowitzki. Then there's Howard. That's the Wizard, and it's Skinny in at the 1 spot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And the West All-Stars have possession. 13-point lead. Howard, the pass to Miracle Man. Here is Skinny. Here's Miracle Man. Offensive rebound. This one for 3. No up.
Using his strength nicely there to ensure the rebound. Good work.
Now here's Wall. No one here chance as he lets it go. LeBron with another miss.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
DeRozan with the rebound.
It's a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Outside, Wall. He dishes it to James. Drummond sets the screen for LeBron. They get the rebound. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Drummond. Here's Skinny, and he slams it one-handed. That's some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Timeout called. All-Star.
It looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over. You have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the West. Harden comes in for the Wizards. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He thinks there are opportunities for second-chance points out there and implored them to go hard to the offensive glass for the remainder of this game. The other thing he discussed with them was that they should be forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in the defense, they should go straight to the bucket. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And thank you for that, Doris. Harden has a wide open look. Not wasting any time in taking the shot and knocking it down. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
He is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
Yeah, and I think the tendency can be to really rush or push the game a little bit. I think they need to avoid that.
James kicks to Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No one near James as he lets it go. Can't get the putback.
Well, Blake Griffin, a perennial all-star. This is his 5th appearance. He got off to a hot start last go-round with 8 dunks in the first 11 minutes. Where's the defense?
Nowhere to be found, Clark. Nowhere to be found. Skinny the pass to Miracle Man. Has it from downtown. Miracle Man's got 18 points.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Wall dishes to Drummond. At the elbow, Harden. Oh, he just jams it right over the front. Wow.
And it's just been a parade to the rim. I mean, dunk after dunk, throw down after throw down.
The crowd's loving it. This is exactly what they came to see.
Now Wall. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's the break. Here's Skinny. Miracle Man, the pass to Griffin. For 3. Good. And that's 18 points for Skinny.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Here's DeRozan to end the run. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 4 this quarter.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
He's definitely shaken up. They're using the timeout to let their trainer take a look at it.
A big group substitution here for the East. Anthony's checked in for Andre Drummond. Paul George comes in for LeBron. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Rose in for John Wall. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Howard. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And Curry subbed in for James Harden. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Kevin Love playing his 4th All-Star game with the new format with 3 front court selections. He was a first-time starter last year around. No need to pick a true center.
So I was wondering if you think Kevin Love might be the best combination of rebounding, passing, shooting, and low-post scoring in not only the NBA now, but let's go back in some decades.
Oh, man, it's always hard for me to talk in the framework of history. I mean, we sometimes become prisoners of the present when we evaluate players. Now, he's unique. I talk about the history of the league. There have been some great passing, scoring, rebounding big games. So let's give him a little more time.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the West All-Stars.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
How about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
Anthony. And count the basket. He was fouled. He's going to the line for one more.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Kicks it to Rose. Stolen by Durant. To the paint. Taken away by Anthony. Feeds it to George. Now Love inside. You know what? Nice D from Durant.
I think we've seen the defensive intensity start to ramp up a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, Steve. A little more effort here as the game has progressed. These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Love kicks to Anthony. Lowry against Durant. Here's George. And Curry pulls it down. Pass to Skinny. Back to Curry. The 3. And he gets the bucket. Curry's got 15 points.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from behind the arc.
That's right. I think it's time for them to start closing down. You've got to run shooters off that three-point line.
Back to Rose. Fires for 3. And no good trying to get that one. We've been having a great time here. We hope you have been too. The All-Star Game coverage continues. Thanks again for tuning in here to 2K Sports.
Both teams putting on the show.
Boy, it sure has been fun to watch, hasn't it?
Well, playing in the All-Star Game, something to really be proud of. And, of course, the starters are voted in by the fans. The reserves are voted in by the coaches. Either way, it's a heck of an honor.
You got DeRozan. Kyrie Irving is out. Derek Wall. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's LeBron in the 4 spot. That's the...
Oh, get it! What? Oh, now, that's an All-Star dunk. That's why he's here.
Pass to Nowitzki for the 3. And that one's good.
Going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
The feed to DeRozan. From deep. The West All-Stars pull it in. Westbrook passes to Skinny. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play. Utter disregard for his own safety.
Look at his teammates. They're just shaking their heads. I mean, he must have told them to look out for that one.
And Wall kicks to DeRozan. He feeds it to Drummond. Wall dishes to DeRozan. And that's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Parker's checked in for LeBron. Wade comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Williams in for John Wall. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Durant's checked in for Nowitzki. Miracle Man comes in for Russell Westbrook. And it's the Wizard in for Skinny. The dish to Williams. Will it go? Can't get it to go. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. That's good. 7 points for the Wizards.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Outside Irving. He kicks it to Parker. Irving passes to Wade. Williams dishes to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the elbow. And he hits the jump shot. Here's the Wizard. Pass to Miracle Man. There's the 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Parker, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official. Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
It sure helps that they've got the extra trips to the foul line here in the second. That has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback. You know, the more these 3 three-pointers continue to drop, the more you can sense the frustration coming from this defense.
No question. No matter what they've thrown at them, they've not been able to take that shot away.
Irving attacking. Wade outside. The pass to Williams. Now here's Wade. He's covered closely. The West All-Stars pull it in. Durant's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Against the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some strength there, guys.
Now Williams. Dishes to Drummond. It's tipped. Outside Irving. Here's Parker. And Griffin sends it back. That's good. And that's now 10 points here for Drummond. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Miracle Man. Pulls up on the wing. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Kicks it to Williams. On the wing, Irving. And that one's good.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
No good from Durant.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Oh, here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there. That free throw, no good.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Kevin Love's checked in for Andre Drummond. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Kyrie Irving. Anthony's checked in for Darren Williams. Parker gets going around. They get it back. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And back to the camera system we were talking about, some teams using it more than others, but they are starting to find and use all sorts of data, Steve, from those cameras.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear how different teams are using that technology. Some teams use it to check on spacing. They'll see how many times the guy is dribbling the ball compared to the season before. That's what the Celtics did with Rondo. So it's really interesting. It's a tremendous amount of data to process. But the trick is, making it work, making it mean something.
Feeds to Westbrook. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
They haven't gotten much of production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Now here is Lowry. He dishes it to Carmelo. And that one's good.
When the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
From deep Harden. Rebound by Anthony. There's 31 seconds left in the game. It's rebounded by the West. We're going the other way. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Williams is checked in. Miracle Man is checked in for the West. Lillard comes in for Curry. First free throw is good. And so Lowry nails both of them. Here's Lillard. Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Here's Miracle Man, and he drops that one in. And here are the East All-Stars now. Anthony kicks to Love. From downtown, and Anthony is good for three. Harden outside. Offline. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
Yeah, guys, I really like the way they gelled as a team out there. They'll take the bragging rights home for the rest of the season.
Corey,